Fully up and active, my people. You want to know some have good news soon today. You see me? I know all the people been a message me, people been a call me. People are link me in the road and ask when the book will get released. Well, the book is about to get released by now on the first week of July. You see me? In the meantime, we make a smaller version of the book. We know and everybody are going to be able to access the original book. You see me? Because you know a whole heap of work put in the book, so it are going to have all information on you need to get out of the system. In the meantime, I have this document available where I explain how to reclaim your God-given rights, and at the same thing as how to reclaim your sovereignty, as people that call it a sovereignty. How to reclaim everything that the Creator gifted to you when you touch upon the face of the earth, or when you they get conceived in your mother home. A ball game still, so we are going to run through this. While the ones and ones them a check in like normal, we are going to ask you for this. Tap up the screen. You see me, so other people can tune in and hear where we are going with. So, reclaiming your God-given rights, a complete guide to understanding your true status. And your status is the same thing as your identity, who you are in a real time. So, the fundamental deception that controls most people's life, I don't want to say your life, you feel like it's just you we are talking about. So from the moment you enter this world, a sophisticated legal and financial operation began that would shape every aspect of your existence for the rest of your life. This operation didn't happen by accident or through natural evolution, as it was deliberately designed over centuries to convert free men and women into managed commercial assets. So understanding this system requires recognizing that what most people believe about the government, law, and their own legal statute is fundamentally incorrect, not through ignorance, but through carefully orchestrated deception. Ones and ones, if you know over the way I said, this are the book. Free, not dumb. Just a little pre-version so ones and ones can know what go there in the original book. The original book have all of the templates and a lot of extra things than what in this. These are just 42 pages. So you can imagine the book. We are 200 and odd pages. So the foundation of this deception where the system are going with rests on a simple but profound principle. Governments cannot legitimately control living, breathing men and women who know them rights and maintain their sovereignty. Divine law, natural law, and even properly understood constitutional law recognize that living people possess inherent rights that come from their creator. Same thing as God's law, not from government grants. So we must distinguish what was given to man by the creator and what was granted by the government. So these rights include the right to life, and that is a very important one we see I get violated daily. The right to liberty and the right to property, and also to self-determination as a right that cannot be legitimately taken away without due process and just compensation. You hear me I say? However, governments and corporations need to control the population in order to extract wealth, maintain power, and implement social engineering programs. Since they cannot legitimately control sovereign men and women, they had to create a system that would trick people into voluntarily surrendering their sovereignty while believing they were still free. If you know over so I say people, no drop a one in the comment. Tap up the screen. Come on, now 269 likes upon the live and so much people there. This system operates through a legal fiction as the creation of artificial entities that bear your name but only exist on paper. Entities that can be controlled, regulated, taxed, and manipulated in ways that would be impossible if it is directly applied to the living man and woman. So the brilliance of the system lies into the subtly. Most people never realize that the two separate identities were created from when them did born, or we call it birth, their natural identity as a living man and woman, and their artificial identity as the commercial entity, accepting limitation and obligation that don't actually apply to their living beings, while never claiming the rights and free not dumbs. You see me? We should have said free not dumb, but we will fix it same time, because you know this is something where people them supposed to get. And are them divine God-given rights, or what you would call your birth rights in other cases, because everybody are talk about birth rights nowadays. So the commercial conversion begins before you are even capable of understand what's happening, and continues throughout your life. Through a series of contract, registration, and presumption that gradually transfer your natural rights to administrative or government management. Each time you get a social security number, or a tax registration number, TRN, driver's license, voters registration, or any other government identification, you are unknowingly entering into a contract or a commercial relationship that converts more of your natural rights into a government granted privileges. So the system works because it operates through presumption and consent rather than through force. Them have a force so them operate through, but the policies them what them use is based on presumption. And them use all of them paperwork to forget your contract. Once you sign your name on a document, that is you giving contract to these system. Once you consent to the government name, act like you are the government name. So you are never directly told that you are surrendering your sovereignty, as instead you are simply offered benefits and conveniences that requires registration and compliance. Most people eagerly sign up for these benefits without reading the fine print or understanding the legal implication. Over time, these voluntary registration create a web of commercial relationships that effectively transfer control of your life from your own hands to the government administration. People, if you no over, me say no drop a one, cause me not just do this myself. We are doing it for people them though. Drop someone in the comment. At least a couple people upon the live can drop someone. J.C. Williams, big up yourself, father. Oh, that. Nads, big up yourself, Nads. Chip, big up yourself. Alright, understanding this deception is the first step towards being free and not dumb. But it is also the most challenging step because it requires acknowledging that much of what you have been taught about the law, the government, and your own status is incorrect. This isn't about conspiracy theories, anti-government, or rebellion, as it is about understanding the legal and commercial mechanisms that actually govern your life. So you can make the informed choices about whether to continue participating in the system that don't serve your interests or for stop. You see the pray? So the maritime law foundation of modern control. Where the maritime law? Because all the people are talking about the water law and all the water with the ships and the citizenship and the friendship, the relationship. How the maritime law really impact people's life. So to understand how men and women became commercial entities, you must understand the historical development of maritime law and how it was gradually extended from the oceans onto dry land, how the water reached on the land. Maritime law, also known as Admiralty law, was originally developed to govern commercial relationships between merchants, ship owners, and crew engaged in the oceanic trade. The body of law treated ships, cargo, and even crew members as commercial assets, subjected to the authority of port official, harbour masters, and commercial courts. You see the pray? So the fundamental principle of maritime law is that everything within its jurisdiction is considered commercial in nature. And that is how consent and the implication and the presumption work. You see me? Ships are commercial vessels. Cargo is commercial property. And every man and woman are treated as commercial entities when they enter into maritime jurisdiction. This makes sense. On the ocean, where people are engaged into commercial activities and have voluntarily entered into a realm where the commercial law naturally applies. However, the problem arose when the commercial framework was gradually extended onto dry land through the legal fiction and presumption. That's how we are talking about. The legal fictitious world and the presumptive world, where people are presume, because presume is formed from the thing what them call assume, you know. If you know what I say. So, the extension of maritime law onto dry land occurred through several historical developments. But the most significant was the creation of legal fiction that treated land-based activities as if they were marine commerce. Birth registration became the primary mechanism for bringing men and women into maritime jurisdiction by treating the birth process itself as a commercial transaction. The mother became the mothership. The amniotic fluid became the waters. The birth canal became the shipping channel. And the baby became the cargo being delivered to a port. And the port is the same thing as the hospital or the place of birth. If you know over so me I say on Japan one, my people, this is from Free Not Dumb edition we are put out, and this is just to explain what the book is all about. It have 42 pages and it have a whole heap of value in it for the general public and for everybody. The get a copy. You need to get a copy, and the link for get a copy there in my bio. So once and once can click the link in my bio and find out what is it. If you can't find that, you can send me a message said way, and we make you get a copy said way. You see, pray. So this maritime framework explains why so many legal and administrative processes use language and concepts borrowed from shipping and commerce. When you appear into a court, you are in the dock. Why are you reaching at the dock? Because a maritime business them a deal with, water business. You see, pray. The court maintains a docket of cases just like a ship's manifest. Judges wear black robes similar to priests performing maritime rituals. You see what I go on? The courts display gold fridges flagged that historically indicated maritime jurisdiction. Legal documents are filed with the courts just like them file manifest with the port authorities. If you see what I go on, my people, wake up, Free Not Dumb is the name of this book. So the birth certificate itself as a bill of lading. You know the bill of lading, the same documentation with them travel through for say, yo, this is how we represent the cargo. And they classify my people, my precious people who have life in them to be cargoes. You see, pray. So the birth certificate itself function of a bill of lading as a maritime document that accompanies cargo shipments and transfer the ownership of goods from seller to the buyer. In the case, the birth certificate transfer the ownership of men and women being from natural status under common law into commercial status under maritime law. So this is what them use. The same document I've been telling you about for some months. You see the system lock me up another time because them say me are telling you too much. But now I get the opportunity to put the information in a book and books. So you can get it. You see, pray. So as we are showing you now, the transfer happen without the knowledge or the consent of the parents or the child, creating a presumptive commercial relationship that continues throughout the person's life or throughout the man and woman life, unless they take specific actions to rebut the presumption. So if you want to tell the system, say, hey, all I want to thinking is not so it going on. This is how it actually go. You know, I got stuck in a them presumptive, fictitious world. And now them are transferred to a digital age and them are distracted with all sorts of things. Wars and rumors of wars in the era. And now see the attack that is up against my people. So understand maritime law also explain why the legal system treats men and women as persons. That's how we are talking about. Rather than as man and woman. In maritime law, persons are commercial entities capable of being owned, controlled, and regulated. The distinction between persons and people is crucial as the Constitution protects the rights of peoples. People are living man and woman, but statutes and regulations apply to persons. Persons are commercial entities. That's why we do a thing what them call separation of titles. So by treating everyone as persons rather than people, the legal system can apply commercial regulations to men and women while maintaining the fiction that constitutional rights are being respected. So them trick what GBT should I say? Me nah trick myself in front of myself. So them trick in front of yourself and you realize your true identity. You don't know who you really is. So reclaiming your God-given rights. May I tell people, make sure you get a copy of the one here. This is the book will go out by the first week of July. You see me, within the first week of July, the book will be out. But the one you're out, this have all of the information you need. The only thing on the day in this, Skellington Dan, big up yourself. The only thing on the day in the one here is the templates, them and certain information about the Bible and the interpretation of the Bible. So once and once can get this, can we make this more available, more affordable. Because we don't want everybody to be able to reach the real thing. So we can go and work with this at the time. So the maritime jurisdiction also explains the commercial nature of most legal proceedings. The court operates more like a commercial arbitration center than venues for justice, with the judges functioning as administrators, managing commercial disputes rather than as an impartial arbiter of the law and justice. The goal isn't to determine right or wrong, but to manage commercial relationships and ensure that debts are being paid and commercial obligations are being fulfilled. You see me? The book name Free Not Dumb, the one name Reclaiming Your God-Given Rights, but it is still under the banner of Free Not Dumb. You see, pray. So breaking free from maritime jurisdiction, that is what we all intend to do. Requires understanding that your participation is based on presumption rather than an actual legal requirement. So you are presumed to be operating as a commercial entity unless you explicitly declare otherwise and provide evidence of your natural status. So this declaration process requires specific knowledge and documentation, but it's entirely legal and proper and under both national and international law, if you know what I'm trying to say. Because them follow some maxims where make them presumption work. Like the one where say consent makes the law. And them use a type of contract, them gonna call it an implied contract where you don't really know about nothing. Implementation, because you don't express your terms and conditions, them just force up something upon you. So the dual identity system that enslaves men and women. Who did know about the one day? Who thinks that slavery did stop? Alright. The most crucial concept, people on the top of the screen. We are asking you to tap up the screen and share the live so other people can hear. We could get to 10,000 likes just for start. You see me, because we want more people forward on the live. We want more people get aware of this type of information. We want people to know say the book out. You see me, the first. These are the PDF version. Because you know say the volume 1 of the Free Not Dumb, it now go in a PDF. So we make the one available in the PDF version so people can just click the link and get it. Just so. You see, pray. The most crucial concept for understanding your legal status is the recognition that the two completely separate identities were created from your birth or you being born, in other words. And most people spend their entire lives confusing these identities and accepting limitations that applied only to one identity while never reclaiming the rights that belongs to the other. So this dual identity system represents the core mechanism through which free men and women are converted into managed commercial assets without their knowledge or consent. You see, pray. The same birth certificate system. So your first identity is your natural identity. Your natural identity is the identity as a living man or as a living woman, being created by God with inherent rights and free, not dumb. You see me? This identity exists in a physical realm as a flesh and blood man or a woman with a divine soul and unlimited creative potential. This natural identity operates under natural law and common law, possesses rights that come from the Creator rather than from government grants, and maintain sovereignty over its own existence and property. This is who you really are as divine creation with inherent worth and unlimited potential. But most people would feel like say, yo, me no work nothing in this world, so me have to just take the little thing where the government have a offer me and call it that. It's like the Creator give you the world of everything, you take it and give to somebody else to keep, and then you end up have to borrow from whoever you give for keep, forgetting say, yo, this all of this actually belong to me. So your second identity is the artificial legal fiction created through the birth registration, the same birth certificate, legal person, and your government documentation. This fictional identity exists only on paper and in computer databases as commercial entities that can be owned, controlled, regulated, and taxed. This artificial identity operates only under commercial law and statutory regulation, possesses only private privileges granted by the government, and maintains no inherent rights, are free, not dumb. You see me? This fictional identity is what the government calls a person, or an individual, or a citizen, or a resident, as terms that refer to commercial entities rather than the living man and the living woman. So what you need to do? Declare yourself as in who you really is. So the key to understand this system lies in recognizing how these identities are represented in official documents and legal proceedings. Your natural identity is represented by your name written in standard, uppercase and lowercase, such as this one on the right. So John Michael Smith. When you realize it is written as a proper noun. And nouns are name of people, places, animal, and things. And you have an uppercase start it and then lowercase finish it. So this format represents a living man or a living woman, being with inherent rights and free, not dumb. Your artificial identity is represented by your name written in all capital letters, such as this one is right so. John Michael Smith, or you can put the Mr. upon it. Mr. John Michael Smith. That is known as the Capitis Diminutive Maxima. You see me? ISR most comprehensive loser that ever exists in a full capital letter. If you think the government are deal with you fairly, take out your ID and look upon it. Take out your driver's license. Take out your passport and look at it. Tell me what you see in it. How is your name written? How is your name written? Alright. This format represents a commercial entity or a legal fiction that can be controlled and regulated. Anything where you see in a full capital letter. Alright. So this distinction isn't arbitrary or accidental, as it follows established legal conventions that have been used for centuries to distinguish between living being and artificial entities. In maritime law, ships are always named in capital letters to indicate their status as commercial vessels. Corporations are named with capital letters to indicate their status as artificial entities rather than living beings. When your name appears in all capital letters on government documents, it indicates that you are being treated as a commercial entity rather than being treated as a living man or the living woman. So most people never realize this distinction exists because they are never taught about it in school, and government officials rarely explain the legal significance of these formatting differences. Instead, people assume that all documents bearing the name refers to them as living man and woman, and they accept whatever limitations and obligations are imposed on commercial entities without realizing that these limitations don't actually apply to their natural identities. So the confusion is deliberately maintained because the system depends on people operating as commercial entities while believing they are exercising their rights as living men and women. If people understand that they had a choice between operating as sovereign living beings or commercial entities, most would choose sovereignty. The system maintains control by keeping people ignorant of this choice and by making it appear that commercial status is the only option available. You see me? So the system now want people to realize that we don't actually have a choice. We don't actually have a way out of all of this so we don't go through right now. However, once you understand this dual identity system, you can begin to separate your natural identity from the commercial identity and choose which capacity to operate in depending on your circumstances and your goals. You can maintain your natural identity for matters involving your fundamental rights and free, not dumb, while using your commercial identities when convenient for accessing certain benefits or services. So the key is maintaining conscious choice rather than unconscious participation in commercial presumption. You see me? So this separation process requires careful documentation and strategic action, but it's entirely legal and proper under both national and international law. Many indigenous people, religious communities, and traditional societies have maintained this separation for centuries, preserving their natural right and sovereignty while selectively participating in commercial systems when advantageous. If you know what I say. So, the biblical and spiritual foundation of man and woman being sovereign. You see me how we are talking about how them get them God-given rights. So, understanding the spiritual dimensions of men and woman sovereignty provides both the motivation and the authority for reclaiming your natural rights from the system that seek to diminish and control divine creation. So the Bible contains the most comprehensive explanation of men and women sovereignty available, establishing principles that predate this and supersedes all men and women government and legal system. These principles are merely religious concepts but represents fundamental truths about the nature of men and women existence and divine authority that applies regardless of personal religious beliefs. So the foundation of men and woman sovereignty begin with the creation account in Genesis. And we always talk about this on the live here, where God declares, let us make man in our own image and our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So basically, God give man dominion over every fucking thing. So this passage establishes several crucial principles that directly challenges the presumption of modern administrative systems. So first, men and women are created in God's image, which means they possess divine characteristics including creativity, authority, and sovereignty. This divine image cannot be altered or removed by men and women institution that are the man-made constructs, the evil principality that we wrestle against. So, the man-made constructs have to go one side, as we say. You see me? So, men and woman nature that exists regardless of government recognition or documentation. So when systems treat man and woman as commercial entities or manage resources, aka human resources, they are denying the divine image and attempting to reduce spiritual beings to material objects. And we not deal with what the system are deal with. Secondly, the dominion mandate establishes that man and woman were given authority over creation. Every single thing that was created, not authority over each other. So when man a try rule over man, that's why Bob Marley said man to man is so what? People don't never tap up the screen. We don't never tap up the screen. We just say 2.6 likes for the live over there. Spit so much knowledge for you. Although I not pray you know. I not pray you know. I not pray none of you. But we just ask the ones and ones them. If you can tap up the screen, tap up the screen. Tap up the screen, put some taps on the screen. Because the message, I know say and everybody has speak the message. We know some people go there hear it and I say, yo, when me I talk out them business like more Jamaican people them for know what go on with them. Like we are free the people them from out of slavery. And that's what we actually intend to do. But we know and everybody want to be free. Some people just want a 2-piece of KFC and that is it for them. You see, pray. So we not fight against the system. We just look for free ourselves from out of the fucking system. And it's not hard for do. Because all heap we done pave the way already and Simon put a book together. Reclaiming your God-given rights. Reclaiming your God-given rights. All who want them God-given rights. And you can just send me a message right now and tell me, say, yo, you don't want a copy of the book. And you know, say the book have to do with a little bit of donation. I will never go call it donation. You must contribute towards the movement and the motion when it take place. You can get a PDF book. You preserve it. You can print out even the page them. But we are telling you, do not redistribute this work of art we have put forward right so. You see, pray. So governments can only exercise legitimate authority when it is delegated to them by sovereign men and women, as they have no inherent authority over divine creation. You see me? So when the Most High give we our power and we take it and give to the corporation, aka the devil them, you see me? And them take it and a champ upon the whole of our rights. Who will protect you in the exercise of your God-given rights? What I mean by who will protect we? They said people must swear a oath. You see me? I evoke all of that. But as I tell you, my bro, we just put the information forward. So who are the information can gather it up and make a launch out with it. You see, pray. So, thirdly, this authority was given to them as men and women to collectively rather than to specific individuals or institutions. This means that sovereignty is a universal men and women characteristic, not a privilege reserved for kings, presidents, or government officials. Every man and woman possesses inherent sovereignty as part of their divine creation, and this sovereignty cannot be legitimately transferred to others without explicit consent. So when King Charles became the king of Jamaica and him a rule over the whole of is because actually gave him consent through the same contracts that everyone is signing on his behalf. So in a Psalms 24 verse 1, a declaration that the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. That establishes a crucial principle. Ultimate ownership of everything belongs to the Creator, not to blood clot man and woman or to corporations or to Babylon system or to the Pope or to government officials or to whoever say them around the world or whoever sit down upon missiles or whoever sit down upon nuclear. You see me? So this principle challenges the fundamental assumptions of modern property law and taxation systems, which treats the government as the ultimate owner of all property, with the power of tax, regulate and confiscate private holdings. So the government actually playing the role of God. Is the government God? We ask the people them that. It's a yes or no question, so we must answer the one day. Is the government God? Is the government God, my people? We can't just answer it, man. Quick and fast. No. Stacey, big up yourself. Under biblical law, man and woman serve as stewards and trustees of creation rather than absolute owners. But this stewardship comes with tremendous authority and responsibility. No man or woman, institution, which is the government and all of them corporations, can legitimately claim superior ownership rights over creation because all authority ultimately flows from the Creator. This principle provides the foundation for challenging government claims of ownership over your life, your labor, and over your property. So basically over your blood, your sweat, and your tears. The principle establishes in Acts 5 verse 29. We must obey God rather than man. What that say? This provides the framework for resisting illegitimate man and woman authority when it conflicts with divine law. So no man can make no act or no statutes or no code and put it for overrule God's law regardless who you be. Unless you're not afraid of God. Unless you're not afraid of the Creator and the powers that be. You see me? So this isn't called a rebellion. That's what I couldn't know against the authority. But rather a recognition that some claimed authority is illegitimate when it contradicts divine principles or attempt to usurp divine prerogatives. If you know what I say. So when I run back at the system, when I fight against the system, everybody have them life to live and we have our life and we just ask, please leave we alone and make we live it in peace. This biblical framework coming from the biblical aspect because, you know, the Christian church is what developed the state of Jamaica. The principles of the Christian church is what developed the state of Jamaica. So the biblical framework, which is the Bible, also explains why the current system works so hard to separate people from their spiritual overstanding and divine connections. Commercial systems depend on people viewing themselves as merely material subjects to material beings, subjected to material limitations rather than spiritual beings with divine authority and unlimited creative potential. The birth registration process and subsequent commercial conditioning are designed to make people forget them divine nature and accept artificial limitation imposed by man and woman or corporations. You see, pray. Reclaiming spiritual sovereignty requires more than just understanding legal technicalities, as it requires remembering your true identity as a divine creation with inherent authority and responsibility. This spiritual awakening provides the strength and motivation necessary to challenge the system that seeks to diminish men and women potential and separate people from their divine inheritance. If you know what I say. So the Pope act like the mediator between man and God. Who did know that? Prayer, meditation, and spiritual practices that maintain the connection to the divine source provide the foundation for our sovereignty efforts. Without the spiritual connection, sovereignty becomes merely another form of selfishness or rebellion rather than an alignment with the divine purpose where you have. So true sovereignty serves not only individual free, not dumb people, but also collective good, recognizing that every people carry divine sparks and deserve free, not dumb. Deserve to be free and not dumb from commercial exploitation and spiritual oppressions, if you know what I say. And when we talk about the Pope acting like the mediator between man and God, it's because man lose them bumbuckler connection with the earth. Man has been so domesticated nowadays, them forgot them way, them forgot how to connect with the earth. So you see when you start make the child and decide, say, yo, I'm going to leave from outer Babylon system. How me take on the journey, we actually left every fucking thing behind. And me no miss it. It's not like say, yo, me lose something, man, yo, me sorry say me lose that, I want it back. No, we literally make sacrifices. Give unto Caesar what is for blood clot Caesar. And take back everything where the Creator did give you. You see me? So if a man did exchange something with you, but that's a reason out like a party. If me and you make an exchange, say for instance, you have some mango and we're there in the wilderness and me have some money. And you say, yo, dog, you don't say hungry, me have all heap of money, you know. Sell me the mango the way I have. Plasma always I use the example here. And you stay so ups and sell me the mango. And we're there in the wilderness 20 more days. Before it reaches 20 days, you're dead. You start dead for hungry now. But the war, me, I really pray for war over the blood clam mango them when you sell me already. Because you have the money. What are you going to do with the money? So you're going to give back Caesar. A whole lot of people might take this difficult for overstand or for comprehend. You see me? Whole heap of people might take this difficult to comprehend, but as some simple thing. So the sophisticated financial extraction system built on men and woman existence, human existence in other cases, human resources in other cases. You see, pray. So the conversion of men and women into commercial entities isn't just a legal technicality, as it is the foundation of a massive financial system that generates enormous wealth for banks, governments, and corporations while keeping the people who actually create the wealth trapped in poverty and in a debts. You see me? You see the book here on paper? This is not even the original Free Not Dumb Volume 1. But once and ones need to get a copy of this, read it, show your youths them when you know wake up. Remember, so when you know wake up and know say something really wrong at take place. You have to do something about it. Believe me, once you get certain information with great power, information is power, knowledge is power, with great knowledge, great information, great comes great responsibility. The two of them work together. You can't have great power without great responsibility. You have to damage yourself with the information where you get. So we are sure once and ones them say, yo, we make it possible. We done it. We make it possible. Everyone you need a copy, I can link, man. The one you're available right now, you can just show you. The one you're available right now, all you can do, you can go up on my Patreon account. Go up on my Patreon account. Shiny eye, big up yourself and give thanks to the gifts them. See that reclaiming steps to reclaim your God-given rights. You see me? These are all of the steps. They may get instructions from start to finish of how to reclaim your God-given rights. And only for $75 you get the PDF. The book description is a comprehensive guide that reveals the hidden legal and commercial mechanisms used to convert sovereign human beings into managed commercial assets from the birth, from when them did born. And it's a thing like that will be not going from them time but till now. I have it for run through, but I probably have to go finish the documentation for now another time. I only for pages and I can't go through everything right now. But just so ones and ones know, so the information is available. The information is available. Stacey, big up yourself and give thanks for checking for our platform we do today. The information is available, so ones and ones must get it. The process begins with the birth certificate, which isn't just an identification document, but a sophisticated financial instrument that immediately generates enormous value in the global financial system. And that's what people must know, say. You not generate funds for somebody when I care about you know. So why you never generate it for yourself? So when your certificate of live birth is filed with the government vital statistics, it triggers the creation of the government bond or a security that represents your projected lifetime economic value. This calculation includes estimates of your lifetime tax payments, productivity, consumption, and economic contributions to society. The government then uses this bond as a collateral to borrow money from your central bank, essentially monetizing your future productivity before you are even old enough to work. The money created through this process entered circulation immediately, and it is used to fund government operations while you are left with the obligation to pay back this debt through your lifetime of taxation and debt service. This creates a situation where your own existence becomes a source of debt that you must spend your entire life repaying. And this is how so much people end up trapped in the system a work for a blood clot antichrist. The corporation them will actually a person out in a real life. So the value of these men and women bonds can be enormous, as often ranging from hundreds of thousands to several $million depending on your projected economic contribution. Factors that affect valuation include your education level, geographic location, family background, and various demographic characteristics that allow actuaries to predict your lifetime economic value. This valuation explains why the governments are so interested in collecting detailed information about citizens, as more data allows for more precise valuation and more profitable bond insurance. That's why the statistics check them are going so much on the censorship. You see, pray. So, it's power there now. Jump the gun now. Once these bonds are created, they become tradable securities in the global financial systems. They are bundled together in larger investment vehicles sold to pension funds and institutional investors and used as collateral for various financial derivatives. The profits from these transactions flow to the bank, investment firms, and government agencies, while the people whose existence created the value receive nothing. This also explains why you're always positioned as a debtor rather than as a creditor in financial relationships. Despite being the source of all actual value in the economy, banks create money from your signature on loan documents as your promise to pay literal creates the money that then lent back to you with interest. So you literally generate the wealth, you see me? And them borrowed from you and you have to pay back the same thing. Because you end up borrowed from yourself, because you never know. You provide the valuable consideration, your labor and promise to pay, while the bank provides the service. Yeah, the bank provide nothing but bookkeeping entries. That are the service that them provide. Yet you are treated as the debtor who owes money to the bank. If you didn't know how to keep your own bookkeeping and do your own services to yourself, as in minding your own business, then that would happen to you. So the birth certificate also establishes that you are a trustee of a Sestuike KV Trust, or the charitable trust, as a legal arrangement where you are presumed lost at sea and the government agencies manage your estates on your behalf as the presumed trustee. So that is why they are called the administrators. Administrators are managers. You see, pray. You are responsible for managing the commercial affairs of the trust and ensuring that your debts are paid and obligations are fulfilled. However, you are never told about this trust relationship or taught how to access the beneficial interests that should belong to you as the trust beneficiary. If you want to see what I go on drop someone in the comment, my people. Drop someone, some of them. If I even want 10, one out of the 30 odd people there. Make we see someone in the place. Michael, big up yourself in a Tafari. Imadi. Dadanka, Badanka, big up yourself. Chiny Eye, Apex, Badanka again. Stacy, big up yourself. So this trust structure also allows governments, agencies to issue bills, taxes, and other obligations to you as a trustee while maintaining beneficial interests in the trust assets for their own use. You are responsible for paying the bills while they enjoy the benefits as a complete inversion of how the trust relationship are supposed to work. The beneficiary should receive the benefit while the trustee handles the administrative duties. But the system flips the role to benefit the institutions rather than the living man and living woman them. If you know about some there. So breaking free from this financial extraction system requires understanding your true position as a creditor and beneficiary rather than a debtor or as a trustee. Your signature creates the value in all financial transactions as banks need your signature to create money. Without a signature, no money can create. Paula, big up yourself, sister. You see me? So governments need your consent to exercise authority and corporations need your participation to generate profits. Once you understand that you are the source of value, Stacey, big up yourself. China, big up yourself. Rather than a consumer of value created by others, you can begin to restructure your financial relationships to serve your interests rather than institutional interests, rather than serve the corporation them. Yeah, the credit card and every single thing will come from the bank. Them are debt instrument, not real credits. You see me? The banks use your credits to initiate funds to their account and then them lend you the money from their account. Because when you think you own the account, no, the bank own the account. You are just a holder of the account. You see the bank own it. So one ball game. So this restructuring process involves reclaiming your position as the beneficiary of your own trust. That's how we are show people how to do. How to claim the benefits of your trust, how to transfer the value of your trust from the public to the private at all times so you can benefit outside of the trust. So, establishing private trust structures that protects your assets from commercial presumption and learning to operate as a creditor in financial transactions rather than accepting the default debtor position. These changes require specific knowledge and documentation, but they are entirely legal and proper under existing commercial law. If you know what we are saying, my people, we just go and tap up the screen. We almost reach 10,000 likes. We are pushed to 100,000 likes today. So who can put some tap in it and put some tap in it? You see, pray. Comprehensive strategies for reclaiming your sovereignty status. We are showing how to reclaim it now. Reclaiming your sovereign status requires a systematic approach that addresses multiple aspects of your legal, financial, and social identity. This isn't a simple process that can be accomplished with a single document or declaration, as it requires understanding complex legal principles, careful documentation, strategic actions, and ongoing vigilance to maintain your sovereign standing in the system designed to gradually erode individual rights and free not dumb. You see the prayer. The foundation of sovereignty reclamation begins with obtaining the correct documentation that establishes your natural status prior to the commercial convention. Your most important document is the original certificate of live birth. How much people on the live get them certificate of live birth are in the process of getting them certificate of live birth already? We just a pause right here, so for a little second. You see me? How much people get them certificate of live birth already? You drop someone in the comment if you don't get it. If you don't get it yet, you drop some 0. So we know say yo some work need to be done in that area and we can direct as in how you go about it. Stacey say yes, me have mine. Michael, you need to get yours. China, you big up yourself. You see me? Apex, you need to get it. Imadi, you need to get it. You see me? Kevin, aka Kojo. Intruder, you need to get it too. You need to pay more attention, my virgin Kojo, or you have to pay some money for do it. Uncle Nation, you need to do the work, my father. Craig, you big up yourself. May have the application form. Okay, that is a start. So, the certificate of live birth proves your existence as a living man or as a living woman before any commercial presumptions were attached to your identity. This document is different from your birth certificate that most people possess as its original record created at your moment of birth that establishes your arrival as a living soul rather than a creation or a commercial entity. You see me, the ones them who want for access the service of getting your certificate of live birth, all you can do is send me a message. You see me, you know, so if I want to send me a message that I send me a message. Let me see if I can pin the thing here. Let me send me the message directly. When you can send me a message, if you can send me a message, if you can't send a message, you know the ball game goes said way. But getting the certificate of live birth requires submitting specific requests to the Vital Records office in the jurisdiction where you were born. In Jamaica, it's the Vital Statistical Institute of Jamaica, or you know, the Island Record Office in some cases. In most cases. So many offices will initially claim that they don't have this document or will try to provide you with a certified copy of your birth certificate instead. So the first time I go to RGD, them tell me say them don't know not when name certificate of live birth and them can't help me and blah blah blah, but me get frustrated and just cut. The second time when I go there, the same thing, them tell me say, hey, them don't know not when name certificate of live birth and the first them are who tell me them thing. But when me get the information right and go back down there, them just collect the money, the fee where them take and just process it. And I know them I tell people say them don't do this certificate of live birth no more, and them don't do this no more, and them don't have that available, and them paper they stop use long time. And one bag of news, if you don't know how to go about it, you're going to need a little bit of guidance in that area. So once and once can link me up, said way. So many offices will claim say them don't have this document or will try to provide you with a different thing. Certificate of live birth certificate, a certified copy of a birth certificate. You must be persistent and specific in your requests, often requiring multiple attempts and appeal to the supervisors before you receive the correct document. Some jurisdictions may require you to demonstrate legitimate need for this document or may charge substantial fee to discourage your request. So then we try to charge you a bag of money extra. Because already the last one when we get out of the office, I think it was about a month ago, before me did get detained. My general Chapsy, that night, it's like him pull up over there with the outside away upon the man. Man go in there, him pay for him certificate of live birth and verification, and him only get the verification. The man step back in the man. Because so we have to deal with them, because we know see them now go just give what we want in a one go so. The system always put up a fight. Remember, say the system is not living people in a system. It's actors, state representative, agents of the state, acting in the capacity of privileges granted by the state. The whole of them are dopey in a real life. Because my brethren come talk about dopey yesterday. That's the hell of them. You see me? So, once you have the certificate of live birth, you can begin the process of establishing your standing as a living man or as a living woman, rather than a commercial person. This requires filing comprehensive affidavits and declarations that clearly state your living status and reject the commercial presumption and establish your intention to operate under common law jurisdiction rather than maritime commercial law jurisdiction. These documents must be carefully crafted using precise legal language and properly executed with witnesses and notarization. So, in the book when we have upcoming, the original Free Not Done book, it will have templates of how to make your trust, templates of how to create your affidavit, templates of how to draft even a letter to the Administrator General, Accountant General, and all of them people. So we actually make it easier for ones and ones around this side. So your affidavit should include several key elements. A clear statement of your living status as a flesh and blood and living man or woman created by God, not created by the government, because the government never create none of no. Or the mother or the father got bed in a private, or them go down on the riverside or somewhere in some bush. I don't know which part of they get created, but the mother and father use them power what God did give them in their own image for create to know. You see, pray. You probably don't know how it go, but I tell you no. If you don't understand, you can go Google how a man come on the earth. Tell me. So, a rejection of all commercial presumption and statutory obligation that conflicts with your natural right is a must. A declaration of your intention to operate under common law and natural law rather than commercial statutes and the reservation of all rights, not specifically waived in writing. These declarations create a public record of your sovereign status and establishes the foundation for all future interaction with the government and commercial entities. You see the prayer? So the next phrase involves establishing a private trust structure. So you have a public trust and you have a private trust. So establishing the private trust structure that protects your assets, and your assets include your biometric information, your facial image, your physical features, your voice, all of them things there. First, and your house, your land, your dog, your cat, your rat, everything where you have in your possession, you can put it inside of your trust. You can declare it in your trust. So a properly structured private trust can hold your property assets and business interests outside of the commercial system while preserving your beneficial interests and control. Unlike the public trust created at birth, where the government acts as a trustee without your consent, a private trust operates under your direction and serves your interests rather than institutional interests. So creating an effective private trust that requires your careful attention to several factors. The trust must be properly funded with actual assets rather than remaining an empty legal shell. The trust agreement must clearly establish your beneficial interest and control mechanism. The trust must operate under appropriate jurisdiction, often foreign jurisdiction, to avoid domestic trust is what we're talking about. For start off, and the trust maintains proper documentation and operational procedures to preserve its legal standing. So all of that we are talking about when we are talking about establishing a trust. In the original book, as we are show ones and ones, say I get a copy of what a trust supposed to look like. Some people just go up on the internet and type in what they want to type in and things say, yo, that is just it. You have terminologies. One word can change jurisdiction where you stand up in. How can I obtain a copy of this information? As we show ones and ones, them say, the link is in my bio. So ones and ones can click the link, go up on my Patreon and go in at the shop. You make a purchase and less than $100 right now. We start it off low. But as soon as the official book is being released, we are going to increase all prices. So who can get it, and get it from now? You see, pray. Who can access the Patreon can give me a link half of the year and we will communicate. Just like that said we. You see, pray. So the trust can own property, operate businesses, maintain bank accounts, and engage in commercial activities while preserving your sovereign status and protecting your assets from commercial claims. International aspects of sovereignty reclamation involve understanding your rights under various international treaties and conventions that protect individual sovereignty and self-determination. The United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. Various men and women rights treaties and customary international law all recognizes the rights to self-determination and sovereignty that supersedes domestic commercial presumption. These international frameworks provides additional legal foundation for your sovereignty claims and can be particularly useful when dealing with domestic authorities who may not recognize your status. Alright. So establishing international documentation can also provide additional protection and options for sovereign operations. Foreign passports, international driving permit, and other international documents can provide alternatives for domestic identification that may carry fewer commercial presumptions. However, obtaining legitimate international documentation requires careful research and often involves establishing actual connection to foreign jurisdictions rather than simply purchasing documents from questionable sources. So most people just go on the internet, find one of them places there, and that's how I start off still, I can admit. I went to common law court and I found some information over on the common law court. I found it useful and I decided to push forward with it. So protecting individual sovereignty and Pastor 30. Alright, let me reach out. So protecting your children from commercial conversion. Because most people might have a child on the way or so in a them time. You don't want to youth them to end up in the system. So one of the most important application of sovereignty knowledge involves protecting your children from being commercial conversion, from being involved in the commercial conversion process. You see me? That begins at birth and continues throughout your childhood through various registration and documentation requirements. Understanding how to maintain your children's natural sovereignty while still providing them with access to the necessary services and opportunities requires careful planning, documentation, and strategic decisions making that begin before conception and continues throughout their development. And the protection process ideally begins before your child is being conceived, so that before your baby born, through the establishment of a comprehensive family structure can receive and protect your child's interest from the moment when them did born. So this preconception trust creates a legal framework that predates any government registration and establishes your child's beneficial interest under private control rather than government administration. So this is how to take your properties from out of the public and put them in the private. You see, pray. So the trust should also include specific provision for maintaining your child's biological sovereignty, educational choices, medicational decision, and financial interests throughout their minority and into adulthood. So when you hear say a baby born with gold spoon in the mouth, that's what we're talking about. You see, pray. And nowadays we not really see in our spaces, we never really see. We hear about it, but we never really see a baby born with gold spoon. So this what we are doing right now is actually some legendary historical moves. So we know some people are going to remember it for the next 200, 300, 5,000, 5,000 billion years from now. I remember say about to Zulu and them people them did follow him on TikTok started a motion where them end up in one direction where the system now no control over them. And not for say the system now no control over we like we are tyrants to the system, but our jurisdiction is separate from whatever them have to offer. So the location and circumstance of birth represent crucial determination that significantly impacts your child's legal status and the degree of government control exercised from birth. Hospital births automatically trigger multiple registration and documentation processes that create immediate commercial presumption and government claims over your child. Medical staffs are trained to begin the registration process immediately and often present birth certificate application as mandatory requirements rather than optional services. A whole lot of people link me and tell me, say, yo, you know, some baby born in the hospital, I'm going to be able to get registered about the system. I say, I have to do it. And blah, 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 blah. Oh, we can go around this. This is actually the remedy. But most people don't have the time. Most people don't have the investment. But people have the time to go stand up in a KFC bumbuckler line from morning until the place dark up. Just to get 2 extra pieces of chicken in the order where them a make. So me have to wonder what Jamaican people have time for. People have to tell me say them can't afford to pay $75 for the book. I'm going to raise the price, double the price to $140 look from now. People have to say them can't afford to pay $75 for a book, but yet still only can go to KFC and spend much money with bumbuckler KFC. Anyways, people, being born at home, or them call home births, or birth in private, or being born in private settings, provide a much greater opportunity to maintain your child's natural status while still ensuring proper medical care and safety. When a child is born outside of institutional settings, parents maintain complete control over the documentation, registration, and the initial creation of legal identity. This allows you to create a comprehensive private record that establishes your child's living status before any government interaction can ever take place. You see me? Your private baby being born in private documentation should include the detailed records, basically the blueprint, the time, the date, the size of the baby, just like when you're at the hospital and a baby are born. The document are kind of long and it really interested. It is really, really interested. I would have loved people to get a copy of it. But now I'm going to be able to read through everything right now. But the most important pointers, I think with the 16 out of 41, I can't read through everything right now. But I feel like more I go through some of the definitions them we do know. Because the definitions them important, you know. Sorry. The definitions are so important. Essential definitions. So a living man or woman is the flesh and blood of men and women being created by God with a divine soul and inherent right. This term refers to your natural identity as distinguished from the legal, fiction, or commercial entity, the person. You see me? The natural person is the legal term for men and women being distinguished as from the artificial entity like corporation. However, this term can be tricky because it still places you within the legal system framework. While it recognizes you as the man or woman rather than corporate, it may still be subjecting you to statutory jurisdiction rather than purely natural law. Understanding this distinction helps you to navigate legal documents and proceedings while maintaining awareness. Them want to trap us in this world and take away rights. That is the only thing what the system intend to do. Divide and rule is them own plan. So you talk about the legal person or the artificial person. It's a fictional entity created by law that exists only on paper and in computer databases. This includes corporation, trust, estates, and commercial entities created from your birth certificate, which is a legal person, and it have no physical existence, no soul, and no inherent rights. Only privileges that are granted by the legal system that created them. So when your name appears in all capitals, letter, and documents, it typically refers to the artificial entity rather than you as a living man or as a living woman. The straw man is the same thing as a legal fiction or artificial entity created from your birth certificate that bears your name in full capital letter. This commercial entity exists only on paper, but it is used by the system to create a presumption about your legal status and obligation. The straw man can be regulated, taxed, and controlled, and that is what the system controls, the straw man, not the living man or the living woman. So a citizen is a legal status that involves surrendering natural rights to engage in exchange for government granted privileges. Citizens are subjected to complete jurisdiction of the government and must obey all statutes, acts, and codes and regulations. Citizenship is a voluntarily political relationship that can be renounced through doing so requires understanding the implication and alternatives. Many sovereign advocates distinguish between being a citizen, subjected to government, and being one of the people. So the people and citizen is two separate things. You see, individuals. A commercial term meaning indivisible unit are the smallest possible commercial entity. This term reduces living beings to commercial units that can be counted, catalogued, and managed by administrative system. The word individual comes from the Latin meaning cannot be divided further, suggesting that you are the smallest possible component in their commercial system rather than an sovereign being with unlimited potential. You see me? This paper, as I'm telling you, so no need to get a copy of this. So now I'm going to spend too much time over here because we're gone over an hour already. You see me, after 5. You know, so we kind of have a couple of activities. But if ones and ones who have to link me up about anything, getting a copy of this or getting a copy of that book we have coming up. Because you know, say, the original book, Free Not Dumb, it have a lot of information in it. We can't distinguish between the info. Let's see if we can find it on the show. It's like I can't find it. See that? Free Not Dumb Volume 1. So we are work on the one I phone on my paper. As soon as the one I done work on, it go available in a hard copies only. So once you're interested in getting a hard copy of the Free Not Dumb book, you can link with. Once you want a copy of whatever I read a while ago, you can still give me a link for the year. Mm-hmm. So the Business Name Registration Act of Jamaica. Oh, I start off with that. Because it separates your true identity from your fake identity. It says every individual having a place of business in Jamaica and carrying on business under business name, which does not consist of your true surname, without any addition other than his true Christian name or the initials thereof. So basically, the business is not you. So when Granny Bina say, yo, mind your own business, don't say your name Pambula and it. And all of them sitting there. And now we actually overstand where she did that talk, but now we overstand where Granny Bina say. No, we say them can't take you for fool no more. No. You feel them can't take you for that? Them can't take you for that no more. That is it. Sovereignty being with unlimited potential. I want to Zulu. Need the certificate of live birth. Send me a message half of the year, man, my father. The number for connect, for contact, if you want a WhatsApp number, you can link Abigail. Abigail, we get to me said we 1-868-541 868-5418 1-876-868-5418. That's 1-876 848-5418 868-5418. Or you can just send me a message on TikTok. I'm try to respond to you on the time right. You see me? One God is big up yourself and check in, you know. Manners and respect in all aspect. Hope everything plug in. Hope everybody up and running. All of my family them. Light up back a little suit and take a little fresh air outside. Say there. You see me? All if knowledge is sweet today. A questions may I expect, but me realize when we explain things, people get a full understanding. Nobody no confused. Everybody understand which part there. What we need for accomplishing of them day and time out there right now. Bill Jammer, big up yourself, you know. Mm-hmm. But they are just a freestyle with my people them. Just a spit some knowledge out of the Free Not Dumb book a while ago. Mm-hmm. So we have some hard copy a line up for ones and ones, said we. Might do a little launch. I me couldn't know how the launch go. All for people could have said it kind of sudden, but no better time than now. They're in the middle of a war. And the war I get fight in a whole heap of different ways. Some people not even realize a war I fight right now. You see me? Some people distracted with as simple as 2 pieces of KFC. Get everybody attention. Nobody now focus on where them supposed to focus on. Nobody now look on where them supposed to look on. Cause what? 2 pieces of KFC. You see me? 2 extra pieces of Kentucky Fried Chicken in your meal. Done your lifespan. The attention span gone to the ground too. You see me? Some people them loyal to the fast foods, but not loyal to themselves. This is a whole lot of information, King, and actually proof that this is reality. Mighty Sculpture, big up yourself, you know. Time for we wake up now. People we are sleep too long. Out of many, the whole of we are one. Be a Chinese come and buy out the land. Nah, see what go on. Nah, see it. Time for we get the real redemption. Then put we through trial and tribulation. Wake up now. This is important. I say wake up now. Jamaican. What you not gonna do? So much I wanna reach age 18. So much I wanna pass 18 long time. How much people actually have a choice in their mind for correct the record? The presumptive record I'm just a reason about a while ago. Nina care to big up yourself, you know, my father. We just have a little piece, a book from the Free Not Dumb. This actually I explain every single thing within the Free Not Dumb. I explain how the system really operates. The only thing in the Free Not Dumb book is the solution, them step by step, as in how to get out of the system. So once and once, I would recommend you understand how the system work by getting a copy of this one. So I come like a manual phone or a galley wall. The one them where you see it. There upon it, man, Father care. Give thanks and praise to life in every single way you can do it, you know. You know. Charge up the brain and make sure say people them get the energy reflecting upon for them side. You see me? Spread the vibration we have. But a piece of weed said time, you know. Like I say, KFC soon release chicken with fluid night. KFC soon release chicken with fluid night. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you, bad boys, bad boys? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when bird flu pass through? Yeah, I'm for the bird flu. I feel like a normal thing, hey. I true, nobody not talk about certain things. People feel like it don't exist again. You see me? People now remember one thing about me, you know. Say me nah forget the past. Mad. All of the pain when me feel, memories. Me have to keep it real, nah forget the past. Mad. How to forget the past? All of my dogs are gone, sometimes my ball. See some people change, me nah forget. Nah forget the past. Can't forget the past, man. You see me, the past teach you what might happen in the future. The past have a lot to do with the future. You don't know where I come from, you're not going to know where I go. Marcus Garvey said that. And Marcus Garvey is a great one to walk the ground before we. Marcus Garvey do enough of them things I want to see where I attempt to do right now. The same interest that we have in the people, them are the same interest Marcus Garvey had in our people. So I say, all of the pain when I feel, memories I fi keep it real, nah forget the past. I feel like sing something for them people. Yo, my dogs are gone, sometime apart. Some people change, me nah forget the past. You know why? One goddess tell you this. Nah forget, nah regret. All of the nights I'm in a jail and all the time me nearly dead. Never have no food, some of the time we go on my bed. Now we get the bus that make them yeah, you get some red. Growing up in the dumb plan. I never try so just the wait to get to function. Daddy never have it, mommy never have a mansion. The quickest thing the youth them see for do a turn a gunman. Oh, 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 oh. No, 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 no. I'm not giving up. No, 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 no. The pain when I feel, memories I have to keep it real. Nah, forget the past. Motherfuck. How to forget the past? All of my dog, them were gone. Sometimes my ball. Yeah, still on a ball yet. Some people change up on you. Some people change, man, I forget. Bucklat. Yo, yo. One of them sitting there. Abiola, big up yourself, you know, Abigail. There up on the ground. Remember the number for contact. People want a copy of the document is 8685418. That Abby in the office said we. You see, pray. So still I say Zulu did I read one documentation and I have interest in it. Oh, to get a copy. You see me? The price right now is $75. So once you need a copy, can get a copy before it go up. And when it go up, would not ask no harm to the prices because you know, realize that the pastor raise the blood clot offer, you know, them used to collect in the church. Them say them no want no more $50, no more $100, them want $1,000, $5,000. So if the pastor them can do that, no please. Don't ramp with Zulu thing. You see me? The ramp with Zulu thing because the pastor them not do the work with Zulu do, you know. I tell you that. The only thing with the pastor them I do is pray upon you know, as predators. We know predators pray on their praise. If you know what we are saying. So the man them say, yo, I'm gonna say a prayer. How let me say a word of God? Wake up here. You better wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. I tell you, wake up, wake up. Dance, big up yourself, you know. Wake up, sons of Jacob. Israelites, brothers and sisters, you don't need to get up. Stand up. And stand up for your rights. Oh, get up. Stand up. And don't give up the fight. The message is in the music. I feel musical today. Nah, lie. I feel like would I just spit some lyrics. Going at the booth. I'ma say, the system is a fraud. Innocent you charge. You have to serve and protect so do your work no sarge. The amount of youth you and your friend them send go down a mark. Oh yeah. Yeah, me say, the system is a fraud. We try to find a easy way so them gone abroad. And no matter how you try, you still have it hard. Bucklat. Yo, the system is so fraudulent. Them pose up like an ornament. Try not trust politician we in a parliament. Mama works so hard and still she cannot pay the rent. Try to build a house and still me can't ever buy cement. Cement. Need it argument. Spend off all my money can't buy cement. Remember this, the system is a fraud. You take it from we yard. Have the youths them in a jailhouse. The system is a fraud. You take me from me yard. You make we sleep on concrete, we tougher than the wall. The system is a fraud, but still me nah go ball. The amount of people ball. Thanks and praise unto the when me give the Lord. The system is a fraud. Everything them do, fraudulent. You talk about politicians in a parliament. Get the minimum wage and still me can't even pay the rent because the food me have to eat and blah, blah, blah. The system is a fraud. I innocent you charge. You have to serve and protect so do your work no sarge. The system is so fraudulent. Them pose up like an ornament. Even just politicians who in a parliament. The me and Babylon system they in a argument. The system is a fraud. Innocent you charge. You have to serve and protect so do your work no sarge. Many find a easy way, many want a easy way, but still them have it hard. Back against the wall. The system is a fraud. Beg help, my lord. You have to serve and protect so do your work no sarge. You say the system is a stage. Burn them out with piece of sage. Turning up the flame, you know, man, I go use no gauge. China ask me what me age. Cause me nah no birth paper fi go tell you about no. The system is a stage. Burn them out with piece of sage. Them trickle people, them a work them out for minimum wage. The system is a fraud. Innocent you charge. You have to serve and protect so do your work no sarge. Mount a youth you and your friend them send go down a mag. Whoa, the system is a fraud. They get you, my lord. Many want a easy way, so them gone abroad. Still them never get it out, them still a find it hard. Whoa. The system is a fraud. Innocent you charge. $100 million. Now is like that. The system is a fraud. Them take you from my yard. Have man asleep on concrete, we tougher than a wall. Many nights behind the bars, but still we never ball. Book back from Brownie, you know them are my dog. Everything up and running, Anjo. Cook. What that? The system is a fraud. You take it from my yard. You have to serve and protect, so the work massage. Mount a friend you want, mount a youth you want, friend them send go down the mad. TikTok, so everyone doing. Nobody not talk to me today. Nobody not chat to me today. I'm gonna check out half of the live, you know. If anything, we'll check him back a little bit from now. Yeah. Manners and respect in all aspect. Out and about. The system is a fraud.
Zulu God.
Yeah,
Zulu God. I platform a fear. Do what you want, do you know the thing go?
no, you know, so earlier I was talking about a very important topic. You see me? And
Yes.
that are the mistake where the system and mistake everybody. You know, I always talk about them sitting and still, my father.
Yes, my God.
But because I put it in a wording and did I explain it to ones and one, so them could get a better understanding of what going on. If I try to pull up back to see if we can run through a little piece of it, my father.
I want to Zulu up on the live, you know. Free, not
So
dumb.
how things different, my God?
As me I tell us the most, because I don't make the massive shift yet, my G, because I still a fight for the green card. You know them way there? That's why I don't really formalize my thing, structure my thing certain way, because I know so some boy will thief my thing, then try to thief my thing many times, you know? I make me have to slip
Yeah, you
and
have
shift in, you see it? So,
all pirates. Yes,
when
my
I see me
boy.
cement certain thing, the thing will go look a little different. I also me can give the right strength. And you give me the right support, you know what I mean? But me grateful so
Yeah.
far. I'm just go and do my little juggling with my little CMAS.
I
And the
love the
other things I
CMAS
want me
thing,
do
you
to
know.
keep my thing afloat, man. But you don't know, I really thing you see, man. No go round.
Yeah, my father.
Yes, my
So
job.
this is what we've been talking about earlier. I well want to taste the CMAS thing there. You know, say a couple years now we are talking about this in them,
No,
father.
man. No, man. You think you're left on my mind,
You
man.
see
You're
me?
fool, man.
I kind of left from around the PC still, my brother. But this is what we're chatting about. We God give rights. And
Right.
how we go about reclaiming the God give rights them.
And people, follow free not domino, man. Follow Abantu Zulu, man. We need the man. We need him. Come I tell you about
Yeah.
energy frequency vibration. I vibrational part Bantu our work pan for we.
So this are the book still, my brother. It really tell we who we is and how we go about reclaiming the powers and the rights of the system and trying to take it from my father.
Yes, my job.
You see, pray.
Going
So
night
the
little bit.
moment when we entered into this world, a sophisticated legal and financial operation began that would shape every aspect and existence of our life for the rest of our life. You see, pray. So the system actually set up them construct and feel like say them would use that to take you over. So this operation didn't happen by accident or through natural evolution, as it was deliberately designed over centuries to convert free man and woman into being managed commercial assets. Understanding this system requires recognizing that what most people believe about the government, law, and them own legal status is fundamentally incorrect. Not through ignorance, but through carefully orchestrated deception. You see, pray. So that
Yes, my God.
basically entail a little bit. I want to go on the book, my father, and it got deep. You see me? It go as deep as explaining how the birth certificate system really operates, the legal aspect when them classified to be legal. Because you know, say things that are legal are not necessarily
Lawful.
lawful.
Yes, my God.
Yeah, my bro. So the separation of that what me really a talk about. However, how am I the day over here is the ones them about it.
Oh,
That
you did
is
it
the
on the
name of the
live.
book, King. The name of the book is Free Not Dumb. And this a volume one where I tell you how to reclaim your sovereignty or reclaim your God-given rights, them with the most side they done give already.
And you
see
say
me?
the book published already, volume 1.
Not necessarily the book,
where
but
have
we
it
have
at?
we have an explanation. The only thing we're there in the book when you're there in this PDF, because the book is not
Oh, it's a
PDF.
PDF.
The
Okay.
book is hardcover. And we only have to issue the book in a hardcover. But
Good.
just for the people them up on the internet we have been asked about the book and been asked me what go on to the information. We compile everything in our PDF and have the PDF available. The link in my bio, so if people have to click on and catch on upon it, they can click the link in my bio and access it said way. You see, pray.
We're going to
But the
need to
book
do it
are
on a
forward
if.
by the start of this month. By the start of July, I should I say. The book are forward. Free Not Dumb Volume 1.
As I say, Bantu, we have to read some more, especially we as men. You see it? We have to go tapping because you see that work that we are deal with Jah. Enough of we should have push that work. You see it? A man have to spread that
Yeah,
work.
man, my father.
You see me? So, me I tell my people, if last word when we see Bantu read out of something, they mention the word deception, my people. If you can pick up light codes.
I'm
The whole
continue
last,
then, my brother.
the entire last 2,000 years is regarded as the cycle of deception. That are when them build one thing called church. And from they start use church, you see what go on with crusades and people are crucify people for take birth certificate and admit into one commercial system. Last 2,000 years at that, them do for bring this thing coming forward there. Birth certificate and turn in one strong man and all of them thing there. That cycle they ended, as me I tell you. Your Bible tell us that the Piscean cycle ended. That's why you see the work where Bantu do, him can't even say it's a choice to do it. It
I have to do it,
bestow
man.
upon him. So him have to do that something because one cycle close and one open up. And that me I tell us that the thing real, so you can know the man them really do the God's work. Then come in a particular time with a new type of paradigm and language. And we African volunteer panda frequency.
Yeah, man, my father. So the foundation of the deception we mentioned a while ago rests on a simple but profound principle. Governments cannot legitimately control living, breathing man and woman. We know them rights and maintain them sovereignty. Divine law, natural law, and even properly understand constitutional law recognize that living people possesses inherent rights that come from the Creator or God, not from government grants or government privileges where them hand out to them citizens. So these rights include the rights to liberty, the rights to life, the rights to property, and the rights to self-determination, as that right cannot be legitimately taken away without due process and just compensation. You see, Primo Father.
Yes, my
However,
God.
governments and corporations need to control populations in order to extract wealth, maintain power, and implement social engineering programs. Since they cannot legitimately control living man and woman, them have to create a system which trick people into voluntarily surrendering their sovereignty while believing they were still free. So this system operates through a legal fiction as the creation of artificial entities that bears your name but exists only on paper. Entities that can be controlled, regulated, taxed, and manipulated in ways that would not be possible if applied directly to the living man and woman. So basically, man, them create one paper person, call it the straw man. Put it by your government ID, your TRN, your social security, the whole of them. And make you see the name on Bulla. Because that is it, you know. That's how your granny mean when she said, oh, see your name on the Bulla and bite it up. And don't swallow it. Even if you bite it, don't swallow it. You see free. So Granny actually warned about them thing, my father. So the brilliance of this system lies in the subtleness. Most people never realize that two separate identities were created from them the born. Them natural identity as a living man or a living woman, and their artificial identity as a legal fiction or commercial entity. They spend their entire lives operating the commercial entity, accepting limitation and obligation that don't actually apply to their living being, while never claiming the rights and free, not dumb, that are divine, inherited from them the born. That are them God-given rights. So the commercial conversion begins before you were even capable of understanding what's happening, and continues throughout your life through a series of contracts, registration, and presumptions that gradually transfer your natural rights to government management. Each time you get a social security number, driver's license, voters registration, or any other government identification, you are unknowingly entering into commercial relationships that converts more of your natural rights into government granted privileges. So the system works because it operates through presumption and consent rather than force. You are never directly told that you are surrendering your sovereignty, as instead you are simply offered benefits and conveniences that require registration and compliance. And you don't know, so registration literally means you give up your property, you hand it
Yes,
over
Jack.
to better management. You see me, most people eagerly sign up for these benefits without reading the fine print or understanding the legal implications. So over time, these voluntary registrations create a web of commercial relationship that effectively transfer control of them own life from for them own hand into the hands of the government administration. I want to talk about the government administration. You have two big administrations in Jamaica: the Jamaica Labour Party administration and the People's National Party administration. And administrators administrate, if you know what's going on. So for understand how human beings are living man and woman become commercial entities, you must understand the historical development of maritime law and how it was gradually extended from the oceans and to dry land. Maritime law, also known as Admiralty law, was originally developed to govern commercial relationship between merchants, ship owners, and crew engaged in oceanic trade. So the body of law treated ships, cargo, and port officials as harbor masters and commercial courts. You see me? The fundamental principle of maritime law is that everything within its jurisdiction is considered commercial in nature. Ships are commercial vessels, aka citizen ships are also commercial vessels. Cargo is commercial property, and even human beings are treated as commercial entities when they enter into maritime waters or maritime jurisdiction. So this makes sense on the ocean, where people are engaged in commercial activities and have voluntarily entered a realm where commercial law naturally applies. However, the problem arose when the commercial framework was gradually extended onto dry land through legal fiction. So how this happened? The extension of maritime law onto land occurred through several historical developments. But the most significant was the creation of the legal fiction that treated land-based activities as if they were in maritime waters, said we. So birth registration became the primary mechanism for bringing human beings or living man and woman into being human resources under maritime jurisdiction. By treating the birth process itself as a commercial transaction, the mother became the mothership, the amniotic fluid became the waters, the birth canal became the shipping channel, and the baby became the cargo to be delivered in the port or the hospital, the place of birth. You see, pray. The
Okay,
maritime,
man.
the man is the fathership. We just put the cargo upon the vessel and them dig him off. Him gone.
Seaman.
Yeah, you see, pray, my father. So, this maritime framework explains why so many legal and administrative processes use language and concepts borrowed from shipping and commerce. When you appear in a court, you are in a dock or in the dock. The court maintains a docket of cases just like ships manifest. Judges wear black robes, similar to priests performing maritime rituals. So courts display gold fridges flags that historically indicates maritime jurisdiction. Legal documents are filed with the courts, just like ships file manifests with the port authorities. So the whole of this is business them run. So the birth certificate itself function as a bill of lading, as maritime law documents that accompanies cargo shipments and transfer ownership of goods from seller to the buyer. In this case, the birth certificate transfer the ownership of the living man and woman from being natural status, from the natural status under common law to commercial status under maritime law. This transfer happens without the knowledge or consent of the parents or the child, creating a presumptive commercial relationship that continues throughout the person's life unless they take specific actions to rebut the presumption. So unless you tell them so now deal with that, it will continue stand as law. So understanding maritime law also explains why the legal system treats human beings as persons rather than as man and woman. In maritime law, persons are commercial entities capable of being owned, controlled, and regulated. The distinction between persons and people is crucial as the Constitution protects the rights of people who are living man and woman, but the statutes and regulations apply to persons who are commercial entities. By treating everyone as persons rather than people, the legal system can apply commercial regulations to man and woman while maintaining the fiction that constitutional rights are being respected. I'm not reading no charity acts right now. We just talk about free, not dumb, for the time being. So who want a copy of whatever me I read can connect up same way. And we get the copy. Link in my bio for who know how to navigate through the Patreon account. Can find the link. All of you over there already can easily access that. You see, pray. Everybody will subscribe to the account and not have to pay. Everybody will subscribe to the Patreon when you don't have to pay. You see me? The people they have on the Patreon must can download a copy of this and have it to read for themselves long time. But if you are not a subscriber to the Patreon, you just get knocked. You have to pay $175. So it better if you subscribe and get the access. Should you want to tell you that? You see, pray. So my brother, you see what we are talking about basically? The dual identity system that enslaved humanity. Enslaved the living man and woman in a real time. Love and light. Love and light. Love and light. More light.
You done me that? You go on a little leak, man.
Yeah, man. You know, so I know I read out the whole of the thing. You know, I go through the whole of it. Because all if I read it just a while ago. From the laptop to the phone.
Yeah, man. Go and drop your knowledge, man. What you say, man?
So really I talk about, you know, I'm light up my zoot in the meantime.
But hold on, before you go on, Bantu.
Yeah.
As me I say, you see, a paper man, them a bill. Me I try to tell the people, them say the paper man with them a bill is a system. Even though you see paper man is a system, is the bigger system. You get me?
Yeah.
And it reflect we, the organic man. As me tell you, say you have energy and frequency vibration inside of you. The vibration inside of you is exclusively linked to the land, the woman, the feminine. You get what me I say?
Accurate.
Right, so that them attack the real source, the dark energy, manifesting at the form of the woman and the baby and the land. So that's why when you hear Bantu talk about control, manipulate, you see them the word when you have 3 words where system use because it copied from us, the original. Power is exclusive to the woman. Control exclusive to the man. Profit is exclusive to the child. The future, the child. Your profit in your family is always going to be the seed, the child. So the woman come with power, the man come with control, and the child come as the profit, or the balance, or the light. The aim is to do what? They always want to take the power from the woman. You're going to take the power from the woman and you're going to control the man. and you go and manipulate the child or the people. You get me? So it's the same thing. It's a way to build a system. Them 3 piece there. I'm going to show you the 9 piece system with them build after Bantu done with them I deal with.
You're
But
right
them
with
build
the
a
answer,
system out
man,
of it.
brother. You're correct with the answer, man. So it's from there a while ago, I did I explain the two different identity where people operate through without realize. You see the prayer? 1 second there.
Yeah, man, we are going to private and in public now. Come
So
on, become fully private man now.
your first identity is your natural identity. That is your identity as a living being. You see me, and the system not have no jurisdiction over that. So, as a living man or as a living woman created by God with inherent rights and free, not dumb, this identity exists in the physical realm as the flesh and blood, or the man and the woman, but you know, it is being controlled by a divine soul and unlimited creative potential. That is the all-seeing or the collective consciousness. Every living thing will come together to operate in a one that you are a part of. You see, pray. Because if you get cut off from every living thing, you're automatically dead.
Cut
You see it?
off.
So this natural identity operates under natural law. We talk about natural things and common law. We talk about common law, we not talk about British common law. We are talking about the original law of the land or the law of the universe. Possessing rights that come from the creator rather than rights that come from privileges that come from government and them grants. And maintain sovereignty over its own existence and property. This is what you really are as a divine creation with inherent worth and unlimited potential. So when a system tell us, say, yo, you have a job or an occupation, your occupation destroy your purpose. And you don't realize your purpose of your ultimate worth and your unlimited potential. So your second identity, I know where them trick you to make you think say you is that second identity. Is the artificial legal fiction created through the birth registration or the birth certificate and the government documentations where them issue to know. So this fictional identity only exists on paper and in the computer databases where them are create right now. So this fictional identity, it is a commercial entity that can be owned, controlled, regulated, and taxed. The living man cannot be taxed. So this artificial identity operates under commercial law or business, maritime business law, and a statutory regulation of them called statutes, acts, and codes. So it possesses only privileges granted by the government, no rights whatsoever, and maintains no inherent rights, as I said a while ago, and is freedom. Free, not dumb, we deal with, but them free and dumb. This fictional identity is what the government calls a person, an individual, a citizen, or a resident, as terms that refer to commercial entities and not the living man and woman. So the key to understanding this system lies in recognizing how these identities are represented in our official documentation and legal proceedings that them have in a court. So your natural identity is represented by your name written in standard uppercase and lowercase. Just like when you see Abantu right up on the screen, capital A, common BANTU. But in the system, them write it as capital every single thing. So you can take out your driver's license to see over, so we are saying. The distinction isn't arbitrary or accidental, as it follows established legal conventions that have been used for centuries to distinguish between the living beings and artificial entities. So I know just now they make the mistake that it is not a mistake being made. In
I
maritime
robot
law,
writing that in a Bantu. A robot writing a full caps.
in maritime law, ships are always named in capital letters to
Gotcha.
indicate their status as a commercial vessel. Corporations are named in capital letters to indicate their status as artificial entities rather than living beings. So when your name appears in all capital letters and government documents, it indicates that you are treated as a commercial entity rather than being treated as a living man or as a living woman. So when
So, but
police stop you, the first thing with them say, can I see your identification, please? And as you take out your identity, you realize you're not on rights because you identify yourself in a full capital letter. On point, my father.
fully on point, my Jah. Jah know.
So the confusion where people are confused themselves is deliberately maintained because the system depends on people operating
Ignorance.
as commercial entities while believing they are exercising the rights as living man and woman. If people understand that they had a choice between operating as sovereign living man and woman or as commercial entities, most people that choose sovereignty, right or wrong, won't know that choose sovereignty
100%
and who
correct.
that
You have to take
continue
sovereignty.
operators. So the system maintains control by keeping the people ignorant of this choice and by making it appear that commercial status is the only option available. However, once you understand this dual identity system, you can begin to separate yourself, your natural identity from the commercial identity to ensure so you will not get mixed up as the commercial identity. Because when I'm get locked up, my brother, that was one of the biggest issue them. The judge actually misstate me as a commercial entity, and while I try to correct myself, it come like say, yo, I should have never said nothing. You should have just accept being a commercial entity and call it a day. That would have made me sleep on my yard. But because me say
Yes.
me is not the corporate fiction, it actually offended the people them were there in the bank. I mean, sitting on the bench. You
Well,
see it,
that
Bray?
challenge, your challenge is status quo, you know.
That is it, my father.
That is it.
Mm-hmm.
Jah know.
So when the judge assumed, say, Mr. Abantu Zulu, you are here on the charges of disorderly conduct, of accusation. You are allegedly here on the charges of this disorderly conduct. How do you plead? You say, firstly, Your Honor, I am not Mr. Abantu Zulu. Abantu Zulu is a military or British title or a prefix, and I do not identify as such. So basically, the woman I tell me, say, yo, King Charles is the boss, and King Charles run the ground. And you can't go around King Charles because King Charles will make you tumble down. King Bumbuckler Charles. Father Charles over England are going to be a fucker at Jamaica saying yeah. Wonder how him so powerful. And nobody no realize them true identity. Nobody no know who they really are. Nobody no know say it's a presumption, a assumption I take place saying
And
them is
big
a
game.
corporate fiction. At the end of the day, the system accepted who I am, and that we're glad for. You just have to stamp it in the record to
That's
make
why
them
I
know
say,
say it's not
Bantu, I'm
just
glad
me
what
alone
happened.
living.
Because them need to know so you're about and you put in one type of work. You
Yeah,
get me? So sometimes we have to go through the fire, my G. So that's we can lift one statement there. One kind of frequency in a fire for burn. And we're going
right.
to
That's
learn
what
the
them
same time.
ask.
Each time we go through this thing, we're going to learn the system even more. You know? So that's we can free ones and ones even better. As me tell them, I
Man.
say, Bantu, you see the work we do? Me know a warrior over here where I do the work. You see it? One of these
Yeah,
Aboriginal man, and he might do the work, Jack. He might do the work. And people might think that the work what you do, and I tell people forget them sovereign status reinstated, put back the birth certificate and get back your certificate of library. People might think that you are stuck them and then can't go move, then can't go travel, then can't go do things. But me I say,
yeah,
me I watch the ones and ones them will do it. And each of the man them will do it, them build a village with them tribal community members them move as a system and a unit now. You can't target one man. The entire system have to recognize them. Now you have a lot of sovereigns group in America since 2020. People are registered up on a building community and things. And then still these communities, me realize them still they in the constitution, the commercial constitution, and even the American Constitution recognize sovereign groups, indigenous groups, where them can even get grant fundings and all type of things, same way. But them just an independent place. You can't run in at these people place. Even right here in Arizona, Phoenix. Whole heap of
Yeah.
Apache people in a mountain. OP people in a mountain. Babylon can't run upon them. Them have all of them something in place. So it's a thing where you can build your own sovereign community, move in your power, and that them say walk in your power, and that it means when you no longer be that commercial man, you're a natural man, and you operate in the private, but you still have the ability to do some
So
public
my
operation too.
Regina Everlasting say, so you know who you are, bro. It will explain to you, my brother. We are who we are, and that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah, so that thing they not abantu. People want to know who you are. They just not get it who you are, you know? And most
So
of the time, you
Abantu
just
Zulu is a living man.
no, in
Isn't it?
general. In general. A man just confused when they say who you are. You know?
Yeah.
They don't know how to claim and assert that. So I just that me think that what already want to know.
Yeah.
But may I tell you one thing before, the more you put your data in this metaverse, the more you collect these things, these documentation and use them and merge with them. And the more you're not even going to know how to explain who you are. You tie up so much in a matrix, you're supposed to try to get out of the matrix so where you can stay back now and look into this thing now and look upon this thing properly. Because remember the youth I tell you about the MA thing, 13, the matrix, half of the woman then build it, the feminine energy. You get me? So you have to dress back now and see how they manipulate the whole of the feminine energy. And then on top of this feminine energy, then build be a masculine structures upon them. You get me? You have to step back and pray the thing properly still. But at the same thing where you see Bantu I tell about, them put human being in our system. We over here like entities, data unit, data points. You see me? Experimental units. Every one are we supposed to give them the data instead of give God the data. That's why you have to know where I deal with my people. You know, just come out here and give up data and no man. Assert yourself, man.
That's why I say hillside and my father, far from out of the walls of Babylon now.
See,
I left from hillside and bush we are going and said, where is me?
this right there. And this will call me too. Right now, but I love foreign God.
So what you think about the war where I start with America and them boys on the grace?
As me don't all teach them thing already, you know, man. When I tell about the power, profit and control thing. You get me? America is in the you see when we talk about energy, frequency, vibration, America get that energy part for lock off on the planet. British and Britain and them people they lock off the power part on the planet. And the frequency part then give to all of these elites, the globalists, the 1%ers, to fight for land and use politics and medicine and teaching and school and university to confuse people. Manipulate the crowd while we call a brother they will deal with the whole island and the money them, the family there. Child. That child there, take the whole of the land them, control the whole of the land. You know, say you have all one island called Rothschild Island. You don't know that? You have an island called Rothschild Island in my people. You know, you want to switch party there. You want to switch party there. And then the man them put, as me tell us, them put the fella. You know that little R fella there? Yes. Him over the next part and manipulate the energy piece. And then we use even school do that. Then we use the whole system to manipulate any energy. And then all of them look at elite people that say now I use them vaccine, them I use them computer, them I use engineering techniques. So them use social engineering, genetic engineering, political engineering, infrastructural engineering. All of them something there. For engineer you, for cooperate, control you, cooperate, domesticate. Every type of engineering is meant to domesticate the human being. So that's him become.
Father.
Yes, my job.
So
America now broke in a 2019, September 2019. America go cold turkey, bro. Broke. So right now, that's why you see them a do everything to get back money. Everything them a do for get money. And them a go war to get money. Because Biden put in whole heap of billions in Israel. And I get back in a term. You see me? And all Trump a do, I meet with them president and then leader and tell them, say, you are reciprocity. We do a thing for over the years, do back a thing now. And that him a try put on every man, you know. And some man not take no talk. Because they must say America time hope. You get me? We not reset or you are reset. We come out of the pandemic and set everything already. So that's why you see America move with us kind of strong disciplinary action. They are going like say, well, 2 weeks may I go no then, you know. Every time you hear me tell them 2 weeks, you might tell them say they don't got the
This
car.
whole war is planned, you know, my brother. The
Yes,
last
my child, the whole thing plan up. That's why I tell you, so we enough to feed into that. What about the solar flares them what happen?
But the
You
people
know,
them
see
for
Elon must have
accept
put up
them-
film thing them and them a
You
drop
see,
out too.
Right now, sure. What the people them for do are try get themselves from out of the system.
That
And
is
collect
it.
back the debt where the system did borrow from them.
Brother, you know, see how the man them a bomb over, so you know, see how the man them bomb a place what couple days ago.
You see it, man.
A man have to be able to feel when problem will come and certain things are happening, of move, you know, and shift, you know. And no one at the time for shift, because you shift already.
I see pray.
But we can't be distracted. You know what people have catch fear with that thing.
Ownership
Bantu.
can't turn with them there.
Bantu, enough people catch fear for that thing there now. And instead
Ownership
of they,
can't turn with them there.
eh? Nah, yeah.
Ownership can't turn with them there.
Then that may I tell them anything, I'll turn them in a pillar of salt.
Ownership can't turn with them there.
But you see when they get fear now, Bantu, they can't really do that work how we want them to do. Then get afraid, then nothing can do your work, then freeze up. And that's why I try to tell them, say, when time you see them people go so low, go high. When you see them bring war to you, man, tap in on your greatest potential and start shift. So that's Jack can send the right knowledge to you. So during that time, you get smarter, more enlightened, you get great people in your circle, you know, for shift and move. By the time them man don't mash up themselves and mash up the place, you find yourself there on top coming out. Don't make them trick with man and delay with them. Do it with the 911 too and freeze way up and cold way up. We not bother get to tap in with potential and with purpose them, G. 20 years that cripple with her, 911. And now them has use COVID for crippling people them again. We not to watch that man. Go and put in the power. Go and hold the vibration and the meditation and keep positive so you can nullify what going over so. And not create no imbalances in a way we there. And what that we can do. And like we can go over there, go fight war for them. What we have to do is tap in our highest frequencies and nullify what going over there. So we can't do nothing else. Or just not do nothing. Because right now, a jaw work. A jaw work, my God. Black people don't have no problem with what going over. So we not be where we are doing that. Them are destroy the people them how long. And we over here so them are poison with chemical warfare. We supposed to clean up for ourselves out here so and try to get back our bread. So we can take back our soul. Eh? Over so nothing to do with we. When we see black people talk about over so, I say, but wait, what about writers so? What we have a problem? So the distraction, my G, people just need to put them attention. Which part them all get real result and real outcome. And that in a self-growth and development. We not pre them over there, so we see what America try to do. We want to try to take people in the worldwide tree. I tell you, worldwide tree start from pandemic come. We just look for worldwide tree for be bomb and all of them things there. The whole like vaccine, them and the poison people and depopulate the place and have all of them things. I hate. I whole hate. Worldwide tree, when you see man have mass data collection. I new system. After you see war finish, data collect and a new population them a control out here. Them always do it. And we if you shift man, tap into the knowledge of where you get. Start regulate with things in a different way. We need to build some villages, man. Them a buy out the whole of Jamaica to you, man. And we not build a sovereign village in man. We are squeeze up ourselves. Yeah. We are squeeze up ourselves in the city so that we spread out. Spread out, no man. Get some land and go take over so and go and plant and thing. And them thing they will fair deal with it.
Why the bungalow up in a tenements?
And them bungalow up in a little ghetto. And a poison we in it. And we can't see clearly in a ghetto. We can't think big in a ghetto. That's why the things that we are talking about right as a not to make no sense to a man in a ghetto. Because I must say them just up on the internet a chat, man want food feed. Right now, man want a spliff right now. Then can't talk.
Or 2 pieces of KFC.
Or 2 pieces of KFC. Because the frequency with them there and the environment you suppress that frequency and keep them down in that state of mind too. And that's why when enough man are left Jamaica are left in and go in the hills and can't get a better breathing and a better view, we start saying, Tid. That's how we did that move. That's how people them a think. And that energy, that frequency a whole way. Every night, you know, see every 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. A bad news. TVG and CVM, a bad news. You have to hold them with that frequency. They started this up. Yeah, grandma said, Lord God, I want people on there tonight, I know. High frequency, man. Keep them down there in a survival state. So when we are talking knowledge, it's difficult for them to resonate with it. Even when they clock in on it and resonate with it, they can't hold it too long. Because that's another place where them continuously dwell. So you have to take time with them. Sometimes you have to hold on one warrior and drag him out of it, you know. Yeah, sometimes you have to hold on one warrior and drag him out, you know, link him couple times and go and show him knowledge and go and show him knowledge and then come out. You hold them frequency, hold them for real. Man over here so can't left them hood. Me know man never left them hood from them barn. You never left your place because man have toxin in that will hold you there. Keep you there. Yes. So it's hard to free up your wire them when I get up. Me I tell you Bantu. Me I tell you, you serious, me I try when me I teach.
Bob Marley said many more will have to suffer and many more will have to die.
Don't ask
me why. Don't ask me why, my bro. Things are not the way they used to be. One and all has got to face reality now.
J2.
As things are not the way they
Yes, I tell you. I tell you, Bantu, I tell you, so we have to fix up ourselves and come out back 2030 as that vision that we are dealing with. You see me? Sovereign. Right now, I'm mind me reach out, by reaching out your thing, you know. I probably about that.
Remember, so we have some work we are putting in, my father. We just have fall back on the ground and I not get to touch the road yet.
No, I make you say clean still, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but I tell you.
Still they are putting some work, man, my father.
I give thanks to Jay. I'm grateful.
You see me?
Grateful. Yes, man, I tell you, when time you say me come put in my thing properly and my thing trust up on my thing. I hate, man, we have to be mad. We have to be mad out here in a Tessie. I'm going to rub the Tessie in the man too. We're Tessie, man. We're Tessie. We're Tessie, man, because more we are Tessie thing, the system of just create a space for it.
We do it where they are, my father.
All right.
They said affidavit right upon the court record to serve as my identity, you know. I am not a citizen of Jamaica.
That's what I tell you, say. I tell you, God, lead.
Yeah, I'm not a citizen of Jamaica. Every dealings with the state I deal with me upon my terms and my fee schedule and standard.
Man, to your official man, I tell you upon the record, man, upon the news, me the man name, you know. No boy can't say they know this thing for paper. That no one tell you.
My father, man.
All right. That's why I say, mad. Oh. I say, I listen news.
First, slow down with the state.
I listen news. I hear a Bantu Zulu. I hear one man around us, and I call him when they got Hernandez. I say, bad boy, not fully come over yet. So that they can't call me name when you want to call him too. But them recognize the energy. So them have to go just think about how them are going to deal with it. They know so them are come with all kind of style. So I tell you, say, when more and more we forward, open up properly. Yeah, man. Yes, yeah.
The man say where they have 5 man control the world. So if 5 man control the world, it can take 5 man to take over the world too.
Look now.
May I tell you, man?
Done.
5. No more than
Done.
5.
Done, ja.
May I tell you, I
Done.
just focus off going in the right place where the focus supposed to go.
That's something
And
there.
I don't
You
think
see
this
me?
so.
I mean, I tell you,
Great.
yo, one thing you don't feel away, man, with the man they use chicken and do with people in there. You don't feel away? Because like some boy, I think they want me
Yeah,
to
see,
talk on the
but
internet
may
and
I tell
really
you
mess
something,
up.
brother? You can't help the people. If the people want 2 pieces of chicken, I'm not have to forgive them dead for blood clot hungry. That may I tell you. Food crisis are what them have to use. And because you see the war we are going over, so sooner or later America go hold on upon them food and Canada go hold on upon them food. China go hold on upon them food.
Me
And
know,
China
because
go
them are
have the
telling,
excess.
over here,
You
them are
see,
telling
free,
me,
but
man,
it's not have the water to seal it.
it's
So
right
people are
now,
going to starve down there, so.
a bee man a plant garden over here son, and a farm. Bee man. Better me
Man,
tell, wait till
man,
me
I
get the green
starve,
card. You
man.
see, deal land me have over this, man. I told me no want to make no move yet. Enough land me get. If you come farm up, because they can't farm it themselves. Enough.
Yeah.
You see me? So that them I tell them, farm. Farm. And when you make the produce them, when you get the produce them, call my virgin a farm, you know. Them man, the food pay for. From the seed put on in the soil, it pay for. All them have to do when they grow, carry go on food bank. And then the food bank distribute it over the community. May I tell you, say, that's something that me see I come, Jack.
All this,
The great sap. Jano Star, look on it. You can know when time they fit and ripe, you know. Eh?
Wild one, man.
Power cut to Gen X. All that me see people them over here prepare for. Blackout. Yeah, you Trump talk about say we have to go. Look, address the grid. Make sure so the grid is secure. What I think we need to put on a iron dome over here too. Things are going, man. 5G rollout fully. The infrastructure update. Remember in a pandemic, you know, the infrastructure for US are the D minus, you know. And now it that B minus I got B. So things are roll out, things are happen. They have to prepare. Because when America now go war until the place prepare properly, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, they're not ready to push you war yet. Cause remember Iranian general when Trump didn't have power in 2017, you know. A June him out and kill him, you know. Where technology there, you know. June, then kill the leader for the military army in Iran. And now Trump has tell them man over there, so he might give him 2 weeks before he look over there to see what he might deal with. And the people them there in America, yeah, just okay everything, my God. Then just make them are people like they have no power. Then people like they know where they might deal with. Then last, then control. When me that Jamaica, me did wonder what people in America do to make America go in and have the people country and mash it up and do all kind of things. When me come here and look and see it, oh, a man would have take all and win this job to make sure and make Trump go and do him do or them leaders go and do them. Yes, man, ja. One thing can sell little weed or sell any little thing while it go on and yeah, man, you can mash up a place, include your own people them. This a place, yeah, make you lose yourself, lose the collective focus and purpose. You get caught up in a little fast life, so you try to survive and pay your bill them. You see? The man not really turn up for nothing no more. Until you see some group of agents come buy out some man. Then go and protest and they don't know where they might protest for. Or they might take benefits and they don't know why they might take it. Or they might take vaccine, they don't know why they might take it. And then something I'm say I go on. You have to stand back and look good. Because you don't want to get tied up in some people and some things over here. People are not really stand up for nothing, my job. Then you come in and find and lose yourself. I say Muslim come here and lose it. Indian come here and lose it. Everything when you come here come lose themselves, my G. And last purpose in the fight. It not work. It not work. America will be what it be because it strive after the ignorance of people. They don't always do that something here. And then they take a look at best people when they can find the LTS and put them in a military. But then go destroy all in countries. I want peace tactics tough over this, you see? Eh? See man going and over here and go war go fight in own country. Eh? The thing is a
Iran
real
say it will consider diplomacy when Israel's aggression stops.
we are focused on the countries them in Africa we are going good. Before the pandemic, we did a talk about 6 countries in Africa where them economy are boom. Pandemic come, we stop talking about them country there. We have to put back our attention for Africa. Give Africa the attention. Give ourselves the attention. We have put our attention over in a war and we don't realize energy frequency and vibration really work. Anyway, you put your attention and your energy at that. That's something there. I go work out and manifest out. If we load them and they want me, G, if we talk about worldwide trade, we're going to manifest that. We load them and this we are dealing with right as up. Running back ourselves, walking in our power. I learn nobody back again. I learn back a whole history. Walking in our power, man, and that's something we have to do. And I build a real system. Bantu, you know, sister, we can't build a plane. You know, see it?
You see what I go on, my father?
Nothing one gun and some gunpowder. Eh? Make the boy them have afraid that way. Not even one little rocket we can build.
Everything we are consumed from other civilizations and things.
Them boy have afraid that we went down there, yes, so them black boy that don't so them make some caliber gun down there. Them black boy that make some bullet. Them boy that make some bullet when they fly out, then flip, then disappear, then come this and then grow this and then turn corner. And we if you are tapping that we melanin and do some abnormal thing about here. Eh? Them a fight for gas space in a rocket, yes, so we just jump off and reach. Eh? We don't make nothing J2. We not even make one look sweetie. And that we always say as African, and we build a pyramid them and we used to do this. So what we not do nothing right now. Do something no man. Make we do something. All these things we can't remember. We have to wake up back with DNA man and remember man. We need to build. Man them all have build some bridges. A stretch and way over so, a stretch and way over so. Eh? Have some caloma plant down in the ocean there. We need to take back the whole, and we build the whole world and universe in a man. We not building, why we forgot? We cut off ourselves from nature, man, and dwell in a fear. And start with some other group, the forward, man. Somebody make a gun, they say, wow, he make gun? Nuclear bomb? Eh? When they hear a white man over so, I make nuclear. The whole like black man then freeze up already. I hate that. If he go nuclear, he win. Yes. And Bob Marley tell us that none of them can stop the time. You know, still give them that forward there. And then can't stop the time. Then can't do God work. Then I'll give one eagle name vaccine. Oh, we make some people build one sitting where we don't know why night and them a drink up a whole away baby. I just not understand how we okay them things still. I don't think they bother me sometime. Them put our children them from family planning. How we okay it? Because I lack of knowledge of self. And fear then away. And I tell you, say, we need the knowledge and we have to get the knowledge to men. And men have to go out there to go figure out this thing. And men have to go out there to go get the knowledge, learn the thing. So you can come back in the community and within family and update them properly so that we can make better decisions. Men not seek no knowledge. We not get the knowledge, me ja. I'm glad to when I see a man like you do that work, yeah. Them masculine work, yeah. Yes, ja. You have to go out there and spread the word. I make them know. If we ask a piece of serious work that you have to take on, right now, nobody not discipline like that. Discipline. I know so I life work that. And I like we're gonna do it on top one at a time and say we're gonna rest forever.
Free not dumb.
Alright.
Code man, my father, that's the code we operate, you know.
Yes, John, then I write one.
Never dumb, because you can't free and dumb, that's the biggest
Oxymoron, man.
Biggest conflict of interest. Free means you have the capability to do whatever you wish. Dumb means you're limited. You're actually domesticated.
Yes, my job.
Right.
When you put plus and minus together, then we cancel out sometime and neutralize. You can't free and then dumb same time for real. I saw the English word stay. May I tell you, say light codes them in night. They will lock you down, open it up. You have to know if you use them. You know, the energy and the man, them, the word, the English man, I tell you, big spell. Big spell. The light codes them in the English word, them eat your DNA now and way. To make your DNA can give a couple results, make couple proteins well. Actually, we now see ourselves on that level there, the genetic level. Light make your body make protein. You see me? Radiation make your body make protein. And the food alone make your body make protein. The sun and them things they make your body make protein. When we say we're natural, we have to talk like this. My health is maintained by the sun and the earth and the waters. We can't go talk about a pharmacy, me I go for pill. And then a disease system and gone a pharmacy for pill. Disease system then gone to a doctor. And also it work. You're part of the commercial system fully. But if you speak a language like
Ghana police station.
eh?
Me I say this the system I run Ghana part program and police
Run down a
station.
police station. Fast. And that's why I say we not really on that soul level. The soul are the vibrational piece I tell you about, you know, the feminine piece. The soul is magnetic. You get me? So naturally we are a people that are together. Magnetic mean pull things together. So naturally we are a people of togetherness, unity. You get me? And when you see black people can unite and come together and build, you know, say at the soul level, the soul I lose magnetism. It I lose connection with source. You get me? You need to ground back in nature. Acknowledge back in earth again as the fullness and thereof. You have to see earth as a charging device too. As something that is alive. You have to see yourself as a pop out of earth too. You have to be like a tree. Out of this thing I come from and this thing alone can keep me going. You can't just act like say Babylon keep you going. And a Babylon medicine you need. And Babylon GMO food you need. And Babylon house you need. And you need Babylon everything to survive. Most say you can't manage yourself. And that with poor people. Poor people can't manage themselves, my God. Because you have to assert yourself as know thyself. And you know so you can't survive without these things for choo. But they are here. We can participate and exchange and, you know, do some stuff too. But if you make it look like, say, no, we can't have one baby without the hospital. I hospital, baby that. I breed. You get me? And then your farm want slave picnic.
Alright, man, my father.
But I may tell you so that's something where you talk about Bantu. It's supposed to send a message to women so much. So that's every woman that just when they get pregnant now, they might talk about they want a midwife, they want a doula, they want a sensible man to support them. They now go down to the hospital. You should see even that little move that I make with women, Major. They no believe. They no believe. I see a baby and the baby I want when me look on the baby handwriter so. When me look on the baby handwriter so, I want plaster, me see. Baby don't get the vaccine.
How them? Great.
Papa, show I go on.
Papa, give thanks, Major.
Yeah. Boy, we there, you know. Boy, let me talk to the planetary beings, please. The planetary. Yes, all planetary beings. Now we are on a fiber optic. We are here with a Bantu Zulu. The planet has shifted. Yes, the planet shift totally for totalitarians, aliens, and the cosmic giants into the response of all responding to this call. This is a Bantu. The abandoned for the, you know, when you're abandoned to a whole car, a whole bus, a whole truck, and you say, you know, citizens so take it up because the national, oh Lord, the national, the national. Greetings, my brother.
I go on, my father, you know, so we're there upon the ground, I hold a deep reason with the professor, Dermot himself.
Give thanks.
Brethren, sometime in the professions. Yes, man. Greetings, my professor.
And I'm a God King, Father. Yes, I connect with the eye, man.
In my profession, which I have. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, we are talking through a broom tooth earth connection, very magnetic.
Fiber optic style.
Now, in this connection, we're talking to the professor. He's a professor in the, he professed anything in the profession. So the topic today is that, are we free or are we still in the domain of the dominions of others? And how can we get out, my professor?
That is the work that we're doing out here. It's a lifelong work.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the work we do. Showing them that we are the light. And we are of the organic source. You see? So when we say we know thyself and we know the gods, we know so we are not commercial entity. We are not domesticated beings. So the journey in this life that we call the experience that we live in now, we come and realize that we have some lockdowns, some light code lockdowns. It come in different forms. First, we get the birth certificate. And we come into the new understanding. So it give the system power over the living man. So we have the work that we undo too. And we have the work for walking our power. Reclaim our sovereignty. Build back with community. Get back with family together. Just like many other groups of people doing. That is our journey here. And that is my journey, just the same. Not to get comfortable in anything at all. I always stay on the edge of the planet. That is where you find new properties that will emerge. New paradigms will shift. So I don't get comfortable in anything. I'm always seeking the knowledge, seeking the light. Professor.
Uranium. Yes, uranium is very enough now. We have a lot of particles in small heavy metals which conditions the chick in the hymn. And the song for him and her, oh my God, Jamaica is now now. It's very hard to systematically go around those chicken head.
Rasta freeze. Jamaica got to a foul frenzy. Foul frenzy.
Yeah, Kapas, your internet kind of breaking up, my father.
No.
The internet is really terrible on your end, Father Kapas TV. So if you can shift the network one little bit. It's like you get a chip out,
chicken
you know,
head.
Father.
Why get this chicken? Don't like when we eat.
Kapas, your internet terrible, my father.
No,
Yes.
yeah, Abantu, I have to get one of the Netlink, the Starlink, and I'm gonna get it very soon.
Where you say
Yes, I'm gonna get one of the Elon Musk properties above.
So what
that
about
means
our natural Neuralink?
Yes,
could
yes,
naturally
very
Neuralink
soon. Elon
get
is sending all the network. Because remember, when I call on the higher gods for lightning
So
and
Elon,
thunder,
we got to
that will show all who they play with me internet when me deal with. Yes, when you take Kapash TV if you work. We don't centerize, you know. When I say Google to the position, I have to start burn for phone. We have to start, just like when they hat up with phone, we have to make Elon Musk give you the right phone. Mr. Musk, Kapash TV, them unlock the Apple phone. Yes, the Apple phone have no security in Jamaica. It break into, so I need one of your tech phone now and put boy on the manners. Yes.
Well, please, you know.
You hear your phone hit the market for X amount of money. So, Bantu Zulu. Bantu. So, Professor.
Yes, my God.
Yeah, come like Kapash internet now.
No.
My internet.
Me I hear you, man. You hear me?
You didn't talk about it. You You that talk about the neutrinos.
Yeah, man, I hear you, but your
Right.
internet keep
So
breaking up.
what the thing is now, yeah, what is happening now, we are at a part in life named security. Security. That means you secure your border, you secure everything what is right. How do you speak on oneself security? How me secure myself now, my brother?
Your physical.
Security come in a whole heap of different ways, you know, my brother.
Which one
But
of
the
yourself?
first way I would advise you to secure yourself is
Security
getting
bond,
out
like
of the walls
security
of
bond.
Babylon.
Sec-
Oh, you want to get out of Babylon system. You want to separate your identity first from being the government name. You see me? Because the government name is the bond, you know. It's a reflection of the bond. So you have to separate yourself from that. Because you don't have a bond with the government as a living man. You see me? So you want to go to RGD, the same place where them have the band creators and the creation of the band, and rectify your status with them. So you have to do a series. Because you see, in my situation, when I get locked up with you, because I see I represent, you have a whole heap of fire for up on the internet. I watch back some video, respect for that capash. You see me? And Professor said we are pioneer room. So you do a couple life, but with respect. You see me? When you get locked up, you know, the classification when we make to the system, it was presented in the form of an affidavit and they accepted it on the record. So it wasn't an ID or a TRN or a birth certificate where them used to identify me. Because I'm not a member of society. I none of them clubs. I none of them communities where them have or not like that. I'm off the land purely and naturally.
That's why I'm confident in I think, my God. If they ever sign the affidavit, they then get left.
Yeah, my father. When I get the work on the way for you, said, yeah, man, my God, believe me, man. No,
Yes,
don't
me see.
start it off already.
I hit.
Anything
I
you
hit,
start,
man.
you know, I'm only
I work,
finish
you
it.
think I work in the man too.
Yeah?
I work, you think I work, you know? You
Yeah,
can't
see
get
it,
it,
man, my
I
father,
work,
man.
work.
The
Work,
system run up
work.
and get burn up with the air.
I tell you, say it was 10 more of that case than on them face.
Run up and get burn up with the air. Those people who approach the system have to know, have to have it consciously. But I know everybody have it the way how we are prayed. We kind
No,
of pray
Jack.
things way different now in society think, you know. You see it, and
Jack, yes,
it affect the typical minds. You see it.
yeah.
Right now, charge up. If we did I get the support the right way, man, my brother, believe me, say the thing up on a way different level. But you know, so we are doing thing from scratch.
We have
With
to carry
little
the
and more
cross.
resources, said we.
Yeah, we have to carry the cross, my
See
God.
it.
We have to
We
carry
have
the
to carry the
cross.
yes,
I
so we
tell
have to
you.
carry the cross.
Yes, my Jack.
The right phrase that, man.
I saw them
We have
deal
to
with it,
carry
Jack.
the
That's how you
burden,
know,
so
so.
come with it.
And that's how you know, so you do the right thing, my J. I tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll miss it too. I now grown up.
We have
Come
to
and see
carry
the
the
old man.
cross.
I see
But
the
yeah,
lack
I
of the
preach,
have
I
on it.
see it as Jonah in the belly of the whale, you know, my father. Remember
Yes,
Jonah
Jack.
will get swallowed in the belly of the whale
Yes, man.
because, yeah.
Can't digest it though.
Yeah?
Can't digest it. I have to spit it out.
Spit out upon the land, man, directly upon the land, man, for to fulfill the work of the most I give for do. And
That
I
is it.
tell people them get me frustrated, you know, and I said thing that happened to Jonah. Jonah
All
get
right.
the message to get to the people, and the people, I say, him can't bother for deal with that, because the people, them don't want to hear about that. The people, them want to hear about KFC, chicken, and party, and Vibes Cartel latest song, and them sitting there. You see, free. So I get frustrated as I can't hear them people. The
So
most
yeah,
I
no,
say, where I said to my father, in the
I
belly.
I
You see
same
me?
thing. I same thing Moses got through too. When he go up in the mountain
Yeah.
tablet and forward and tell the people and hold faith till him forward. He come back and see them a worship calf same way. And the calf represent the Taurus cycle. And that they done. Can go up a mountain for tablet now, so we go top in at the Piscean cycle. And then come back and see them still a worship the calf. And a party and do the whole same thing, same way. I vex him vex. And rule. And broke your tablet. You get me? The commandment them. You know them man thing that story there? I same
Remember
thing
I
that.
story man, my father
I
man.
same thing with G.
I go up in
We
the
are
hills,
going
go
through
see
the
the
same
burning
cycle
bush.
shift. The same cycle shift. We are come out of Piscean cycle now and going to Aquarius. And Jesus tell them say theme time or done. But follow the man with the jar with the water. Enter into his house. I tell him until I say the Piscean cycle done. And we in an Aquarius cycle now.
Yeah.
A man still a worship Jesus. I same thing, you know. Man still a party and the same thing. A cycle, man. The energy always in a cycle. And the manifest now. We are them energy where them talk about.
You see the prayer man, my father.
But we can't feel it is. Because we are weird, right? Is. What I want to tell you one them today, no. Because I tell you, say, you is the earth. And we just now realize, because as me not show them the navel. You see navel? If you take one compass, you know that sitting there when they call compass and that thing that coming out. You can take out your thing there. What them thing in the mathematics name again, man?
Compass and it's geometry set.
Yeah. You hold
Geometry
geometry
set.
set, you have in your compass and you can put in your pencil in it. I same thing. You see if you put that in that and put in your center your navel, you can make some 9 degree, 18 degree, 33 degree, 63 degree circle come around. You see it? Protractor. Can make some circle around, you see it? And it go, and then if I put one line straight across the navel like so, and one straight across come up so, and make a plus with the circle around it, that represent the globe itself, that's the earth itself, the energy of the earth. You see me? Like Jamaica, you know, Jamaica located, like say this at the equator, the point of the equator. Jamaica located like about 18 degrees north. You know that? At the equator. Very special position, because 18 total tonight. And when you look upon that, they're in line with enough of your kidney organs, them, your gut region too. Them region that the hot region on the planet. And yes, the hot region on your body too. When you move up in the 33 area, you touching your liver area and them area there your body. When you move up in the 33 degrees north in our planet, you have that 33 degree parallel line there. Where they cross, it come from over Iraq, Iran, come right through. Up in Egypt, come right cross, and it come right cross in the US and cut cross in California. Come cross in Phoenix. Come right cross over in North Carolina and go cross in Zin, China, go in Japan. All of them part of the land, them look the same way. You get me? The energy and the frequency different in other part there. In other part of the line there, the time then different. That's just a line there. The time them different. Them part there will affect your liver part when you're in the area they're not aware of them ecosystem there. Right, that's what in a Phoenix. Whole heap of people have fatty liver. Whole heap of people like the thing. High blood pressure and fatty liver, my God. Because they're up on the 33rd parallel. With the frequency.
Jamaican people have something different about them, what them not understanding of my father.
Aye, because the frequency, one frequency did it where we not pay attention to the land itself of a frequency. Where think PM come from? Primary meridian and them thing there. The frequency of them and the land our pass through the earth, you know. I create the time zones them and the seasons them. Yeah. So we depend on time zone and them frequency that we not even realize. You blow your mind if you look on all our country them where they pan 18 degrees now, where Jamaica depend to. Just look on all our countries them. Look on all our countries them where they pan the 33 degree parallel. A BOR depend on death and destruction. From over Iran come right over US and all of them place there. Goddess Yemoya, big up yourself. Yemoya, big up yourself every time, Goddess. So may I say from your navel, I the same representation for your navel is like the equator, or the hottest part of your body, so. your gut region, the digestive region. You see me? It's like at the equator. And Jamaica down there up on the 18 degrees side. That's why anywhere upon the line here, they will affect the organs them inside. That's why if you're not sync with the frequency at your place. So you will come down with prostate problem, womb problem,
Yo,
stomach
my
problem,
father.
high blood pressure. You see it?
I'm gonna have to make a circle for live now, my G.
Yes, my God. You know, so we connect, not true?
Yeah, man, enough respect. Me, I thought I'd come with you yesterday, you see me?
Yeah, man, we there, man. Then call them the ley lines, man.
Respect everybody for checking.